Hey there, Ian from Motorworks Garage, and out there you can actually see sort of blue sky. It's probably a bit blown out, but it's near the end of February and the weather is not Canadian winter, that's for sure. It's 12 degrees, 14 degrees Celsius out there, and looking forward to getting some decent weather so we can get going on things. So what I wanted to talk to you about today is we've built a few things to allow us to make the job we're working on Cooper RSR a lot easier, and it's sheet metal working tools that I'm talking about. So right here in front of me, I'm going to show you in a minute, is bending press that I made. I don't have the space to go. I'd love to have a 3-foot one, but that just isn't going to happen. So I built one that basically can bend 23.5 inches. I don't know why I chose that. Maybe it was just that's what happened. But anyway, that's more than enough for pretty well everything that I need to do in the car. And it was a lot of cutting up metal and tacking and welding metal and making little bits and thinking things out. And my first idea was to try a quick catch to go and hold the upper part. Let me go and flick this around. Okay, so here it is. As I said, just under 24 inches from here to here, which is our hinges, self-made hinges. And these hinges have got a pin that is made out of brass. You have to take great care to make sure that this hinge here, the 3 sections, is level and also level with 3 ones. If they're not, the bending edge, this fella here, will not move freely. As you can see here, it's moving pretty freely. So it does what I want. I've bent some stuff on this, but there's a modification I have to make to the upper. But let's just go through things first of all. You can see I've got a notch cut out so I can latch this into or hold it in the device. I have 2 of these that allows me to put that on, and you can see the hinge working away there. So the idea is we have 2 angles here, bottom and right, they're opposing each other, and one on the top. The idea is to clamp this one down on top of your sheet metal that goes in here, and it is held down by this. The one thing I was talking about moving or modifying is this top piece here has got a slot in it. That slot is not enough. The reason for that slot is to allow the top section to move back and forth to cater to the thickness of the metal that we are going to bend. And then at the back, you can see we have this that is going to screw forward, and that will hold it in place relative to this so it doesn't move around as we're bending. Now you can see that we haven't quite made all of the, we're not totally finished. We need to paint some of this stuff yet. This was just a case of a bolt put up the way This is just decided, this is just a plastic spacer I had lying around. The one mod I had to do was these locking nuts had the grips in them. I had to go and grind that off because they have to be able to move back and forth. So as I said, this slot is going to have to get, ouch, slotted out at the front to allow us to go back further to cater to the thickness. And there you go. I can probably go and come up with a materials list to do this and put it on the bottom of the advert. So there you go. It's going to be a handy tool. Already has been handy even with this misadjustment on here, but it does allow me to do some easy bending without having to take off to somebody's and borrow their bender. So there you go. That is tool time with Motorworks Garage and making up a sheet metal bender. So we have a piece of aluminum in there, tightened down here and there. And we overbent it so that the spring back would come back to 90 degrees.